Hey guys, how's it going? Archetype Builds here, and with a bit of a different video for you here. They've just released the Playtest 6 huge document, 77 pages of PDF, and that's too big for my usual type of deep dive videos. Not deep dive, but usually I like to put little things up on the screen and zoom in on specific segments, and I like to mull over these new changes a little bit before I bring them out. Not, years of playtesting, obviously, but usually I like to sit with it and think about it and then come back to you with a video. And with this much content, if I did that, it would be, it'd come out in August. So I want to just go through, kind of get my reactions. I've skimmed this document very lightly just to see if there was something worth talking about here. And there definitely is. So trying a new type of video, maybe this works, maybe it doesn't, but I can promise you that I'm going to be going through each of these classes and doing a much deeper dive soon. And I'm going to have some guests on the channel. We're going to be talking about these changes. It's going to be a very different kind of experience, really digging into OneD&D. On to the Druid. Now, the Druid was I'm not a huge fan of the version they presented before. They know they messed up. Look at wild shape uses, cantrips, spells prepared. Okay. They know they messed up, and so they have changed it. And from what I heard on the video, on the interview with Todd and Jeremy, they've changed it to be much closer to its original form, and I think probably too much closer, is my thought. But okay. Channel Nature has been cut in favor of restoring wild shape at second level. See, now that's a shame. I feel like that's baby in bathwater stuff right there. Because, alright, I'm going to tilt this down, I'm going to lean back, I'm going to talk about this. I liked Channel Nature. I liked that you had this new resource and you could use it for wild shape, or you could use it for other stuff. And all these other classes, right, the Stars Druid and the Wildflower Druid and the Spores Druid, they're all using it for other stuff anyway. So I like that they were leaning into that. I think it's a little silly that they've cut that. Okay. Druidic also makes sure you always have Speak with Animals prepared. Crazy, but okay. Primal Order is a first level feature. Lets you improve your armor and weapon proficiencies or your spellcasting. Alright, we'll have to take a look at that. Wild Shape returned to second level. The feature is returned using the Beast stat blocks and has new rules for how you interact with those stat blocks. In addition, using Wild Shape is now a bonus action for all druids. Wow. And swim speeds are available from the beginning. That's fair. I think the restriction on swim speed was always a little weird. Spellcasting has one noteworthy change. Spell preparation is no longer tied to the level of your spell slots. They said that for Cleric, too. I didn't pick up on that in Cleric. I'm going to have to pay more attention here in Druid. Wild Resurgence has moved from 15th level to 5th level and has been redesigned. The new feature answers the desire to have more flexibility in using wild shape and spells. Yeah, okay. I want that flexibility, so let's see how they do it. Elemental Fury is a new 7th level feature. Increase the effectiveness of their cantrips or their attacks with wild shape. Good. Commune with Nature, 9th level feature. What do you want to bet? Isn't there a spell called Commune with Nature? So what do you want to bet it's just the spell Commune with Nature? Just have a class spell list. Okay. We have to see. Improved Elemental Fury, sure. Archdruid. Unexpended uses of the wild shape into spell slots. Okay. That's kind of neat. So if you are a wild shape focused druid. Oh. Alright, let me repeat without yawning. You guys might not know, but filming takes a lot of mental energy. So if you are a druid that focuses on your wild shape, you have no 20th level feature, right? because it's turning unexpended uses of Wild Shape into spell slots, and you're expending all your uses of Wild Shape, I assume. So it's just one of these things where like I'm not against, and actually I think it's core to the identity of the Druid to have the flexibility, right? I think Druids should be potentially martial, wild-shaped creatures. They should be like potent, full spellcasters. They should be able to like dance around and be flexible, but that, I mean, it's work. It's work to make sure that that works. So with the last playtest, I was like, there were so many levels where there was the only ability was a wild shape improvement, right? It was basically like you get your, whenever your spell slots level up, you also get a wild shape improvement. But on the sheet it was just wild shape improvements. And I was like, what about for all of these other uses of your channel nature? Well, they've chosen to take out channel nature entirely. And now it's the other way of like, oh, here's something for the spellcasters. And it's like, all right, anything for the wild shape? No? Nothing for the wild shape. Okay. But I mean, they're going back to using the beast stat blocks. That's fine. I wanted more diversity in the things that you could choose, and it doesn't seem like they're capable of generating a middle ground between everything or one thing. Because that's what I wrote in my feedback was, you should have a table of 8 abilities, and the person can choose which ability their wild shape has. Maybe it's thick scales for a bonus AC. Maybe it is, like long claws to have extra reach or something like that. You should give them animal abilities and let them choose which animal ability they want. That's what I said in my playtest feedback. And it just seems like that's too much work, maybe, for them. They don't want to balance those 8 options. So they're just going back to beast stat blocks. First level Primal Order. Magician. Extra cantrip. This is just the cleric thing. Warden. Trained for battle, you gain martial weapon proficiency and medium armor training. Wizards. Buddy pal friend of mine. I will come. You don't have to pay me. I will sit around the office and I will write down ideas for new abilities and features that you could have. And you can just have them. You can put it in print. You don't have to keep copying yourself and just doing the same ability and copy pasted in different class. You don't have to do that. I'll come to headquarters. I'll give you ideas. I will sit there. I will drink my Huel, and I will just, as long as you keep providing me with Huel, I will keep providing you with ideas for new class abilities, and they'll be different. They will be mechanically different, and they won't be the same thing every time. Think about it. Okay, so you got your subclass, your cleric subclass thing. Spell slots. Cantrips, spell slots, prepared spells. Alright, so this is what they were saying. It was divorced from the spell slot level. So you prepare a list of spells of first level and higher that are available for you to cast with this feature. The number of spells on your list also increases as you gain druid levels. Prepared spell column on the druid table. Whenever that number increases, blah blah blah. The chosen spells must be of a level for which you have spell slots. How is that? Spellcasting. Spell proficiency no longer tied to the level of your spell slots. The chosen spell slots must be for a level of which you have spell slots. Am I missing something? Comment with what I'm missing, because I don't get this. I don't get why they're doing that. Second level Wild Companion. Summon a nature spirit, magic action, you can expend a spell slot or use your wild shape to cast Find Familiar without material components, okay? Wild shape, known forms. You start by knowing 3 forms for this feature. Chosen from the beast stat range of okay, so yeah, you're just diving into the stat blocks and you're choosing a couple, and then you only have those couple. I mean, I guess that's kind of elegant for what they were expecting. I guess if the primary concern with Wild Shape is, hey, it's hard to look up all these things at the table. Now you look them up at home, I guess. When we finish a long rest, you can replace... Okay. Druid levels, you learn additional forms. Okay. Wild Shape twice. Game statistics are replaced by the statistics of the beast, but you retain your hit points, hit dice, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma scores, class features, species traits, languages, and feats. Alright, Trey Monk, I need a new 8 video series. I need a new 8 video series on this, alright? What's different? What's the same? You can use the creatures if it's higher, that's kind of neat. You can't cast spells. Transforming doesn't break your concentration. Okay. Okay. Ooh, Wild Resurgence is 5. And then you can use this to give yourself a first level spell slot. Alright, isn't that what did Arch Druid do? I guess we'll get there. So you can transfer Wild Shape and spell slots. Basically, those are transferable. Okay. Elemental Fury, Potent Spellcasting, or Primal Strike. Ooh, they're very different. So it's Wisdom modifier to the cantrips, or it's D8 of elemental damage in the beast form. D8 or Wisdom modifier. That depends, but probably you want the D8, I think. Commune with Nature. You always have the Commune with Nature spell prepared. Yep. That's what I figured. Listen, I can come right now. You fly me out to the Wizard of the Coast office in is it Portland? You fly me up there. I will come up with abilities for your classes that aren't just putting a spell on their spell list. I'll do it. You don't even need to ask me twice. You can ask me one time, and I'll do it. I'll come hang out. And we'll shoot the shit. We'll drink some coffee, and I will give you abilities that are not just a spell that you just write. That you have this spell, and then that's the ability. Okay. You could at least do like a fun little like whenever you use the Commune Nature spell. You always have the Commune Nature spell prepared. Whenever you use it, you get information about the animals in the area or something like that. I don't know. You could add something to that if you wanted to. Okay. Increased by 300 feet. That's not necessary. No one needed that. Beast spells. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, is beast spells anyone? When using a wild shape, you can cast spells in beast form except for any spell that has a material component. Huh. Was that the same in the last version? I don't know. Archdruid. The vitality of nature constantly blooms within you, granting the following benefits. Evergreen wild shape. Whenever you roll initiative and have no use of wild shape left, you regain 1. You can convert use of wild shape into spell slots. No action required. Choose a number of your expended uses of unexpended use of wild shape, convert them into a single spell slot, with each contributing 2 spell levels. Okay, so this is the big difference, right? Because the other one was like you can turn wild shapes into spell slots at a rate of 1 to 1. So 1 wild shape was 1 first level spell slot. With each use contributing 2 spell levels means if you've got 1 thing, it's giving you a 2nd level spell slot now, so it's doubled. And if you've got 2, you can combine them into a 4th level spell slot. So now you're cooking. Now it's 20th level. And you can do it once per long rest. That's not great. Longevity, the primal magic that you wield because you age more slowly. Every 10 years past, your body only ages 1 year. That's neat. Let me go to this table again. So now that we know that there's a conversion rate. Okay, so that's 4. So if you don't wild shape at all, if you're like wild shape is dumb, this could be like 2 4th level spells or like a 6th and a 2nd level spell. That's what this feature is giving you. And then if you... Why did Archdruid say it like this? And then if you... where is my Archdruid? There you are. And then you get a use back whenever you roll initiative, and you don't have any wild shape left, so you can keep doing that. So when you roll initiative as an Archmage Druid, even if you've expended your 4 wild shapes, you get another one that you can convert, no action required, into a spell slot. A 2nd level spell slot. That's kind of neat. Okay. Subclasses, Circle of the Land. I am going to sit back and... Can I magnify? Oh, yeah, we can magnify. We can definitely magnify. There we go. Land updates. Boom. Circle spells. Now let you pick a different land type each day? Observe the old bonus cantrip feature. Spells are shorter, since the Druid can change spell list each day. I don't like it. Listen, I wish I had a little cane. In my day, Circle of the Land had a connection to their land. We can just switch them out like some floozy. I liked the flavor of them kind of being from a place and having that affect them and shape them permanently. Okay. Land's Aid is now a 3rd level feature, which lets the Druid expend uses of wild shape to heal and harm in an area. Land's Aid. That's right, I did hear about this in the video. Yeah, so they took the Healing Blossoms thing and they made it a Land Druid specific channel nature, but there's no channel nature. And uses of wild shape, I guess, is here to stay. I mean, okay, fine. Natural Recovery is now 6th level. Oh, interesting. Okay. That used to be right when you got the subclass. And it enhances circle spells. I'll have to check that out. Nature's Ward has been replaced to be more useful and interact with circle spells. Has been redesigned. Okay. Nature's Sanctuary has been redesigned. Another use for wild shape and provide protection. Okay. Let's dive in. Circle spells. Right, we're going to have a lot of them. Oh, yeah, so there's 4 at the 3rd level because they're getting those 1st level spells. Arid, Polar, Temperate, Tropical. They changed the lands. They didn't do that in the last one, right? Because the last one was Moon Druid only. So, this is the first time we're seeing this, and they changed the lands. There's only 4 lands. I do get that when you're making a game whose claim to fame is mostly homebrew worlds with fantastic and unique environments, that trying to list all the possible biomes is silly. So I guess this makes sense. Okay. Land's aid, you channel power land itself. As a magic action, you can spend it, use your wild shape, and choose a point within 60 feet of yourself. Vitality-giving flowers and life-draining thorns appear for a moment in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on that point. Con save, taking 2d6 necrotic damage on a failed, half much on a successful. 1 creature of your choice in that area against you. That's just Wither and Bloom. That's just the spell Wither and Bloom. Hey. I've seen that before. 1 creature of your choice in that area. So it's not like friendly creatures get healed, enemies get hurt. It's you pick 1 creature to heal, and everyone else gets hurt. That's just... Did they not read Strixhaven? Did they not know that they already made that spell? I will show up at your offices. I will hang out, and I will give you new ideas. God. I do think there was no version of this that wasn't going to feel... Like, I feel the version of this that makes most sense. Like, I did my nature druid video. I'm not going to do a card. I'm not like that. But in my nature druid video, like, they get a bunch of... Land druid gets a bunch of abilities to, like, bypass difficult terrain and kind of ignore the effects of, like, plants on their movement. And I do feel like maybe if the land druid was always able to create an area of difficult terrain, and then that would also step on the toes of a spell like plant growth. So it's not, I guess it's not, my complaint is not that they are copying a spell. It is that the unique mechanic here, the mechanic of damage to everyone but one, is not a unique mechanic. It's been done. So might as well just do plant growth, right? As a channel divinity. Oh no. Alright. Moving on. Natural recovery. Conserve, recover magical power. Oh! You've prepared from magical spells without expending a spell slot. And then the normal natural recovery. Okay, so they boosted it to 6, but they gave it an extra use of one of your land spells. That's cool. Can I just say that tropical... Well, actually, they've all got their bonuses and weaknesses. Okay, yeah, I don't know which one I would want to be spending that spell slot. Probably tropical or arid, right? Is where you would really want to be. But yeah, they're all pretty good. Nature's Ward. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so if you're from a desert, it's fire damage. If you're from the ice, it's cold. Temperate, you're going to get lightning resistance. So you get that resistance to the damage type associated with your land. I think that's a good add. I like that a lot. I kind of like... Whenever you're going to have something like the Land Druid that's like a subclass with a bunch of subclasses in it, I think you do want the table at least once. You know, like the Genie Warlock. Like, you gotta have it. Nature's Sanctuary. Magic action. Use of Wild Shape. Choosing Vines. It lasts there for 1 minute. 1 minute or until you're incapacitated. Half cover. Oh, that's pretty neat. Okay. And they get the damage resistance that you have. Gain the current damage... Right, because you can switch switching every long rest. Blah. As a bonus action, you move up the cube up to 60 feet. Okay, that's cool. I like that. Nature's Sanctuary. Good feature. Great idea. See that, wizards? That's an idea. Half cover. Look at that. It's fun. It's fun. Circle of the Moon. Circle forms have returned to its 2014 version. Not shocking. As in that version, the feature is improved to 6th level. Now with improved circle forms. At 6th level. Interesting. Your AC or your beast's form AC, whichever is higher. I don't know why. Oh, is it because of the medium armor proficiency? You always have Moon be prepared. Okay. And cast that while in wild shape form. Moonlight Step is a new 10th level feature. I heard about this on the interview, and then lunar form. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, wizards, serve it up. Right, so right at 3rd level, maximum challenge rating is 1. And it's better than at 2nd level, right? Because that's what it was at 2nd level, and everyone was like, that was too powerful. And by 5th level, everyone was like, all right, that's not too bad. So having that start come online at 3rd level is a balance change, right? It doesn't look like it, but it is. It's a balance change, and it's for the better. Combat wild shape. Use the higher AC. So you do care about your AC as a moon druid, because I assume a lot of beasts are going to have pretty low ACs. Right? Not all of them, but some of them. And you could probably beat them if you're a druid. 10 hit points. You get a number of 10 hit points equal to the form's... Equal to the form's hit points! Or 3 times your druid. Whichever one is lower. Oh, that's interesting, right? Now, something I know is that these wild shapes are the beast forms are balanced against the challenge rating system. I know, balanced against the challenge, but like roughly, right? Like generally speaking, things are more or less. If you have, okay, so you don't want the super tanky animal because you're just going to end up using your druid level times 3. So what you want here is you'll keep your AC, you'll use your 3 times your druid level for the hit points. So you do not want the tanky beasts. That's just true. Whether or not you want to be a tank, it doesn't matter. You do not want the tanky beasts. You do not want the turtle. You want the one that has the best damage output, because that is not getting replaced. It's only getting added on to with these other abilities. Improved critical forms. Challenge rating now equals your druid level divided by 3. Moonlight Step. Transport yourself, reappearing amid a burst of moonlight. As a bonus action, you teleport 30 feet crazy so you can see. Have advantage on the next attack roll you make before the end of the turn. Love that. That's great. Jeremy made it sound like you were flying. Is that going to be next one? It's going to be the next one. While your moonbeam is active, you can move it up to 60 feet. Boom, boom, boom. Shared moonlight. Whenever you use Moonlight Step, you can also teleport one willing creature. Okay. Jeremy made it sound like it was flying, but it's not flying. It's teleportation with the moon. Moon powers of teleportation. That's good. That's fun. Alright, so where's the Moon Druid falling for me now? It's a big shake-up to the class. I don't know that I love the changes with regards to AC and hit points. So, I understand that a moon druid that can keep wild shaping is is a problem in terms of like you just can't kill them. You just can't. You have to take out so many hit points, right? And so Wizard's response is, well, now it's temporary hit points, which I don't think makes any difference. And you stay in your beast form even when those are up, right? And what we're gonna do instead is gonna say that there's a cap, a soft cap, right? It's your druid level times 3, a soft cap on hit points, and in exchange you get your own armor class, right? So your armor class is probably higher. And also, there's no. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. There's no infinite wild shapes, right? It's you're only using the base class. When you roll initiative and you don't have one, you get one, right? So I feel like that trade-off is a little wonky because it's going to lead to you want certain types of beasts. You're going to preference like a particular beast for damage, and it's going to be the same one that all the moon druids use. Yeah, I don't know. But it's whichever one is less, right, for the temporary hit points. So if you choose a beast with less hit points than that, so you want one right around that line with a low AC and high damage output. I feel like that's, yeah, it's different. It's very different. I do like the mobility. You're going to be casting a lot of spells now as a moon druid in beast form, so that's kind of cool. Circle of the Sea, brand new. Circle of the Sea, draw tempestuous natural forces, and again that swim speed reduction or swim speed restriction is gone, so we're not worrying about swim speed when we wild shape. Circle spells, boop, 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 boop. Yep, that's what I expected. Hold monster is crazy. That's a weird one. Everything else is exactly what I would have expected from this. Here's a new channel divinity, or sorry, channel nature wild shape thing. Manifest an aura of ocean spray. You can choose another creature you see within 10 feet of yourself. Constitution saving throw, or take thunder damage and be pushed 15 away from you. Number d6 is equal to your wisdom modifier. Okay, so listen, are they aware of the Tempest Cleric? I know this is not. I know this is not the same thing. I get it. It feels very Tempest Cleric. I thought this Seafoam was going to like give you disadvantage on attacking them or something, right? They were always in like a fog cloud, or there's a spray of sea mist that is gonna like get in your opponent's eyes or something. But you are just going to be able to do lightning damage all the time. And that feels like Storm. Aquatic Affinity, you always have water breathing prepared. You can swim speed. That, I feel like... Oh, and if you use a wild shape that lacks a swim speed, you gain swim speed. I hate that. Here's why. That means that your aquatic druid, your Circle of the Sea, will almost never choose a water creature. Right? Why would you ever choose like a seal? Because you've already got the swim speed and you're already going to get the water breathing. So why would you choose the seal? So you're just gonna have the Circle of the Sea always do like the wolf or whatever it is that they're gonna do, right? That's so annoying. And then also, this was my worry when I looked at this class, obviously, because a lot of campaigns don't do water. And I get it. It's like, if it's not water related, don't take this subclass. But subclasses that are very, like, situational. Like, when you, like, look at the Land Druid. The Land Druid, there was nothing about their abilities that was dependent on the campaign. Right? Nothing about their abilities. You've got resistance to a damage type. You've got some prepared spells that are unique to that land. You can do stuff with plants in the area, even if there aren't any plants there, right? You can do it on empty ground. Um, but the Circle of the Sea is going to need water, and is going to need water to be relevant in order to have this feature be effective. So I hate the aquatic affinity. I think that's terrible. 10th level, your Wrath of the Sea confers 2 more benefits. Flight, you get a flight speed. Have you seen the Storm Sorcerer? I think I've seen this ability somewhere. You have resistance to cold, lightning, and thunder damage. God. Oceanic Gift. Whenever you use Wrath of the Sea, you can manifest the aura around one willing creature within 60 feet of you, rather than manifesting around yourself. They gain all the benefits and use your spell save CC. You can manifest the aura on both the creature and yourself if you expend 2 uses of Wild Shape. That's pretty good. So, here's why having this at 14th level is worse than having it at 3rd level. So Wrath of the Sea, the aura is going to hit something within 10 feet of yourself. So you're getting within 10 feet of enemies, basically, right? Yeah, on purpose. On purpose, you're getting within 10 feet of enemies. By the way, this is costing a Wild Shape. This costs a Wild Shape. So you are not gonna aura and then Wild Shape, because that's 2 Wild Shapes each combat, and you're not gonna have that many. So you're gonna aura, not Wild Shape, walk within 10 feet of enemies. So the type of person that you want to be is, you want to be like a shillelagh melee druid. And when you look at the spell list, you kind of get like Thunderwave, right? Maybe that's the only one that kind of does that. Otherwise, you are a traditional stay back as far away from the action caster. In which case, you're not using either of your Wild Shape options, right? You're not Wild Shaping to sit in the back and cast Shatter. You're not going to use that. And you're not using Wrath of the Sea, because you're nowhere near the enemy. So if you want to make use of your Wild Shape, you're in the melee, which means you're not making use of your spells. Okay, but fine. We're in the melee. We figured out how to do it. We've built our character appropriately. We're using the Shillelagh cantrip. We are hitting people. We've put on our medium armor and everything. You know, we've built around it. We've made it work. Now along comes Oceanic Gift at 14th level. You know, we've been playing an upfront, get in your business Druid for 13 levels, and now we can give it to someone else, and they can go and be the frontline person. Oceanic Gift needs to be at 3rd level, like wrap it into Wrath of the Sea. Yeah, just put that in there and come up with something for 14th level. If you're having trouble coming up with something for 14th level, give me a call, okay? I'll do it. I'll come up with ideas. Here's one for Oceanic Gift. All right, let's go ahead and let's give Tidal Wave the Careful spell effect automatically. 14th level, wave of cleansing wave or something like that. You always have the Tidal Wave spell prepared, and if your spell forces an ally or a friendly creature to make a saving throw, they automatically succeed on the save and take no damage instead. There you go. There's your 14th level feature. Put this in the 3rd level, so you're giving someone else that aura, so that you can stand at the back and cast these spells. Okay, that's what you're gonna need. This is not working as it is. Aquatic Affinity. Trash it. Trash it. I think that instead of this, you should get additional bonuses. If you your swim speed is doubled, whatever your wild shape swim speed is. While not wild shaped, you have a swim speed equal to your walking speed. While wild shaped, your swim speed is doubled. Easy. Now, is that good? No. No, it's not. Maybe we could grab something from. God, I can't believe that Stormborn gives you fly speed on the Circle of the Sea. God, that's everything about this is trash. Okay. Listen up. Aquatic Affinity. You have a swim speed equal to your walk speed. While you're in a wild shape that confers a swim speed, that swim speed is doubled. While in water, you have resistance to cold, lightning, and thunder damage. Okay? Boom. Stormborn. Ripping that completely away. Your Wrath of the Sea confers 2 more benefits while active. Opponents have disadvantage to hit the target of your Wrath of the Sea. Right? That spray and that mist is causing them... it wouldn't be... it could be half cover, I guess. Whatever the... That makes sense, right? Additional benefit, you gain half cover while within this aura. And that's it. That's all you need. Half cover is great. Half cover is good. So now, this is a druid class that works really well with some sort of tank or frontliner, conferring their Wrath of the Sea aura on them. Their Wrath of the Sea aura is going to help them do additional damage. Also, is going to help them to survive, right? Partial cover is going to help them survive. And then your Aquatic Affinity basically makes you the best person in the party when it comes to like water exploration or surviving a water fight. Okay? That's what we're going to do there. The whole ocean thing needs a complete rework. I like new subclasses. I like that you're doing new subclasses. I like that. It's nice. It's good. Thank you. Don't make them bad. I don't know what to say. Don't make them bad. That is the thing, right? Is like those were some new abilities. Let's go back. So the Wrath of the Sea giving you this aura that works around you as a use of your wild shape. That's new. That's a new thing. We haven't seen that before, right? I'm kind of spores. But, like, it feels new. And you're pushed up to 15 feet away, and that's fun. And then Aquatic Affinity, like, that's a fully new ability, and it's not a Fathomless Warlock. But, okay, it's... You know what I mean? Like, it's at least not just copy-pasted from another class precisely. It's just they're not good when they do these original things. But like what we want is good original things. Like I don't know, it feels weird to be like we want some new ideas and we also want those ideas to be good, and that is somehow too difficult. But we want them. And they should be good. Well, alright, here's the monk.